Yeah, Happy New Year. This is the year 5784. On a daily basis, I comment upon and monitor about a dozen major Facebook pages between San Antonio to the farthest reaches of Maine. It's about almost a 3,000-mile stretch. And nowhere today or even last evening did I hear any mention of the approach of Rosh Hashanah. But all I heard about was it's the kickoff, it's the glorious Spanish History Month, which they've also fused with Indigenous Peoples Day when humans are not indigenous to the Americas. Every time you call yourself a Native American, you're telling a lie. That the anthropology people know better because they use the term first Americans. We're all migrants here, including you people who call yourself Indians. You were Siberians and Polynesians. So I just want all of y'all that are out there celebrating the hell out of your struggle in the USA. Yeah, I'm gonna do it again. I want to tell all you Hispanic, I speak Spanish. I've studied your culture. Part of my family's Spanish. I'm fractionally Spanish, but I'm not going to cut you no fucking slack. One of my ancestors, Benedita Fernandez, was like a second or third generation converso who had to eventually, towards the end of the 300-year Inquisition, that was received blessings from Pope Sixtus. That's Sixtus for those of you who can't spell. Who over a 300-year period, I guess beginning with Torquemada, began hunting, torturing, murdering, stealing all the possessions of Jews within Spanish territory. Why? Maybe because the Jews helped out the 6,000 black guys and the 1,000 Arabs that took over the Iberian Peninsula for a long time. They were called the Moors. Actually, calling somebody Moorish means they're black. I caught that in a black and white movie the other night, that she called a man a Moorish gentleman, which was essentially calling him black. So, happy Spanish Heritage Month. I don't know what really much heritage you have since my people built this country. The United States of America, the greatest nation to ever be on this planet, with the greatest form of government. As fucked up a leader as we have right now, it still is permitted under our Constitution. We're one of the few advanced countries, that actually has a Constitution. England doesn't have a Constitution. A lot of these some of these countries, let's take a look at France. France only recently instituted a law against sex with minors. That's how fucked up, that's how bad the media is on keeping you people educated. And most of y'all didn't even know that. Why do you think Roman Polanski ran off to France when he was accused of and convicted of raping a 12-year-old girl? I think drugging her too. He ran off to France because the French, they see nothing wrong with having the sex with the children. The Spanish are, world-class murderers. They're right up there. I think their numbers are better, way better than Hitler, way better than Stalin. You're looking at what, like in total, since there's been a kind of a Spanish state, Iberian Peninsula kind of, y'all have killed. Actually, let's just go back, maybe 500 years. What are we looking at? The Spanish have killed way more than 100 million people. talk about running slavery and shit like that. I don't really see anything for y'all to be any more proud of than especially for it to last a month, and for your Spanish History Month to displace all news representation of the Jewish New Year, the oldest calendar on this planet, and the people that brought you the laws that you benefit from. I'll try to finish with this. Almost none of you uneducated people realize, especially you gay people, don't realize that before, in the pre-axial period, before my people, there was no morality. There was no moral code. You had no rights. If I could murder you and take your olive groves and your wives and your children and all that stuff and enslave them, do whatever I want to with them, people would go like, whoa, that Kent's a badass. You better keep your distance from him. That's the way the world used to think. There has been a radical shift in thinking since the advent of my people and the laws that God chose us to convey. That's all he chose us for. I want to remind you one more time that it was your Jesus that chose us to occupy the city of heaven. That caused a lot of envy right there, a lot of hatred amongst Catholics and others, and probably led to the Holocaust. It led to 1,000 years of pogroms. So while the media completely ignores the Jewish New Year, Rosh Hashanah, we're beginning to celebrate all those Siberian migrants and all the Spanish people who actually really never occupied or developed this country, the United States of America. That's all I got to say is Happy New Year and chingate. Okay? You read me, buddy? Yeah. Pinche güero, chingate.